Greetings, friends, family, and fuckfaces. My name is Kreeper, and I am here to inappropriately touch your heart with some Juggalo shit. So the stereotype of the Juggalo is someone who's like a rap rock kid, a holdover from the Limp Bizkit Linkin Park era of popular music. But anybody who knows that a Juggalo's taste in music is as diverse as the culture itself. Me personally, I was more of a metal kid before I discovered ICP, which I'm grateful for because it ended up opening me up to the diverse style of rap that's actually out there in the world. No stranger to the heavier sound, later down along the line when I wanted to explore new music, I found myself gravitating to things that were tonally softer, but still kept the dark and horrific themes of the music that I typically enjoy. You know, I gotta keep the shit wicked, you know what I mean? So I call it easy listening horrorcore. Now, for purists, I will tell you that, it actually has nothing to do with the horrorcore genre of rap other than being an offshoot of horror music. But today we're going to explore some of those topics. Now, before we get into that, I'm going to drop some shit for the hardcore heads because I know how Juggalos are. They're real protective of their tough guy image. They don't want to get caught listening to some soft ass shit and feel weak ass even, regardless of what the subject matter might be. If it doesn't sound hardcore, they might feel self-conscious. So let me hit you with this first. This is Karak Angren. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. But they're a Norwegian black metal band, a symphonic black metal band. They're also one of my personal favorite metal bands of all time, specifically because their overall style is so in line with the shit I like. Each album is jam-packed with horror tales that are also well-constructed, competent metal music pieces. And they weave together throughout the album because each album's a concept album. So you have all these little horror stories that weave together into a broader narrative, which is one big spooky story. So I fucks with them pretty heavy. I'm going to leave a link in the description for their song Blood Queen off their latest album, Dance and Laugh Among the Rotten. So go ahead and check that shit out. And guess what? Even if you're not a metal ninja, if you fuck with the wicked shit, I highly suggest that you watch the video anyway because the imagery is just straight up savage. Next up, we have Circus Contraption. And I'm kind of at a loss for how to describe these guys. It's kind of like if Tom Waits had a wicked shit baby in a sanatorium at the turn of the last century. The vibe is very dark carnival, but the tone ranges from melancholy to manic. You'll hear familiar carny instruments like the calliope and accordion decorating songs about madness, murder, rape, drug use. It's like Ray Bradbury with a meth pipe. I recommend this for anybody who's partial to a wicked clown aesthetic because it's definitely in line with those sensibilities. And then we have Jill Tracy. Jill Tracy is motherfucking bae. Her style is dark cabaret, like Liza Minnelli or I don't know any other cabaret. But anyway, I first discovered her back when FearNet was a thing. They hosted a video, her video for The Fine Art of Poisoning, which I'll leave a link to in the description. Her music isn't really overtly horrific, but it has some very dark themes to it. It's kind of a sinister, dangerous undercurrent. Bass and piano kind of complement her moody, haunted singing voice, which I just personally find very attractive. Kind of makes me want to, sip bourbon and smoke Lucky Strikes in the 1920s equivalent of a BDSM club. But either way, I think that she's fresh as fuck, so y'all need to check her out. Lastly, we have American Murder Song, which is a musical project by Terence Zdunich, who some of you might recognize as the grave robber from the cult film Repo the Genetic Opera, or its spiritual successors, The Devil's Carnival, those films were directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, also the director of Saw 2 and a personal friend of Kung Fu Vampires. Tech Nine also played in a small role in the second Devil's Carnival movie. So that's your Juggalo connection trivia for today. Anyway, American Murder Song is Zdunich's standalone project, comprised of 5 albums done in the tradition of the murder ballad, which is a nigh extinct form of American folk music. The sound varies across the albums, but is always rooted in some form of Americana, ranging from blues to jazz to surf rock. That said, the sound is definitely vintage and might not be for everyone, but the subject matter is morbid as fuck. Topics range from serial killers to the Donner Party to bored children exhuming the fucking corpse of their dead friend. Some pretty deep, dark, wicked shit, you know what I mean, if you think about it. So what I'm going to do is leave a link to their YouTube channel in the description. All the songs are there, plus there's bonus flavor relating to the project, so y'all can check that shit out. And there you have it. I'm sure some of you think that, you know, this is just a bunch of weak-ass hipster bullshit, and you may be right. But it's a good thing I don't give a fuck what you think, so drink my piss. I'll keep it hot for you. To get into this next shit, I'm sure you've heard over the past week, the Monoxide child fell under the ire of Juggalos for some pretty outrageous claims he made during his Failbook Live Brunchtime Boogaloo livecast stream. Well, I've just been informed via my headset that we have here, live on Juggalo shit, the Monoxide child, here to address the issues and the controversy with an exclusive interview. Paul, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what up?
Well, first, let me congratulate you on the success of Astronomicon. It honestly did look hella dope, and I'm kind of sad that I missed it.
Yeah, well, you know. We flew in Betty Crocker to do a signing. We got Tommy Pickles in the house. I got my Yu-Gi-Ohs, so we good, man. We good.
Dope. So, obviously, Juggalos who are fans of yours took issue with the fact that you went up on the live cast and said that they were looking for a reason to turn their backs on you. What are your thoughts on that?
It's true, player. Every word. What you mean what I gotta say? Soon as that bullshit popped off, the whole Juggalo world was just like, whoop.
Don't you feel like that's sort of an exaggeration, considering that your core fan base still consists largely of Juggalos?
Nope, they went, whoop.
Well, what about the Juggalos who have supported and continue to support MNE? I myself have a lot of love for your roster.
Nah, man. It's all new fans now. They're all super young now. You can come to one of our shows, bro. You can see it. You can smell it. It's all about that young blood now.
Well, see, when you come through my area, I see mostly the same faces that I'd see when you were touring with Psychopathic. What do you have to say about that?
Man, how you gonna tell me like you know? Don't nobody know nothing? I pick all them kids up from school, and I bring them to the venue myself.
I understand. Now, one of the things that you said in that video was that we should feel sorry for you. Juggalos found that frankly confounding. Would you care to elaborate on that statement, Mr. Child?
Man, put yourself in my position. You're running a successful label with a bang-up roster, dropping banger after banger that always moves. You got one of the strongest brands in the game. Then you hop on Facebook and you gotta see words that you don't like. It's like, come on, dude, really though? Why you gotta have feelings and opinions? I bet some of them dudes ain't even bought shirts yet. You know how that feels? You don't even know. I don't see how anyone wouldn't feel sorry for me. But nobody gives a fuck how Twisted feels. Nobody ever asked for Twisted's thoughts on a situation. Not once, not ever. I see. Well, it's my understanding that Juggalos have asked you for your thoughts on things on many, many different occasions, to the point where you sort of have a reputation for not addressing specific issues when confronted with them directly, to the point of incoherency. What do you have to say about that? Man, did I not just see the dude? You've had to been in it at some point. I know because I recognize. You could be right up the road with it and wouldn't even know. And it's been like that. Shit's just crazy to me, man. But hey, if you got it, go get it.
Thank you for clarifying. Now, ever since this video made a stir, Juggalos have been speculating that you may be out of touch with the culture. Any thoughts on that?
I'm out of touch. I've been rocking stages now for 20 years, bro. 20 years. We ain't on some bullshit. We're here to give the people exactly what they want. That's why, for 2018, we're rolling out our own line of Twisted brand replica toy trucks. They're going to be called Twonkas.
Twonkas? That seems awfully similar to the Tonka line of toy trucks that children have been enjoying for generations now.
Nah, man. That's a hypocrisy. I never even heard of that other shit. That's a hypocrite.
And there you have it, Juggalos. I want to thank my guest, the Monoxide Child, for coming on here and clearing everything up for you guys.
No problem, Barbara. I love your hair.